Hello, everyone. This is Mitchell Mander here. Welcome to another live discussion of Pokemon Horizons, episode 55. Today, we're talking about episode 55, that episode. So, the Elite Four exhibition matches. We'll be talking about it in today's stream. If you're someone that's brand new here, you're just discovering this for the first time, or if you're just happening to come across this video after the stream ends, here's kind of what we do here. I usually give it a couple minutes here to let people join. I need to put up the poll, but I have a poll up, and I give people the chance to give their rating for the episode, and then, I talk about the episode a little bit, and then I give a rating, and then I hand it over to the chat, and then they talk about the episode, and we just have a good chat for like an hour or so, typically. Depends on how long we go, usually. But yeah. Also, it'd be pretty cool if you subscribe to the channel, like the video and all that good stuff, and watch as much of the stream as you can, because I appreciate it, and watch time is very important for YouTube. Especially for a small channel like mine. I only have 1,500 subs, guys. Help out the little man. Also, the music here in the background comes from a separate stream. I have a link in the description for Game Chops, Video Game Study Lounge. Basically just lo-fi video game remixes and some originals in there as well. Pretty cool stuff. I listen to it when I'm studying. I'm at work, doing whatever. Yeah, it's cool stuff. So you should check it out. Like I said, I'm going to give it a couple minutes here, and then I'll get started. Can you guys hear me? Was I muted again? Or did my mic just go out? So, could you guys not hear me this whole time? Jeez Louise, what is wrong with my thing? So I'm gonna have to start over from scratch again? Okay, just an FYI guys, if I'm silent for a long time, maybe mention something a little bit sooner. Because I had no clue I was talking to myself for the last 20 minutes. I'm so mad. What is wrong with Streamlabs? This is kind of why I'm not streaming as much anymore. I'm just having too many problems. Alright, we're gonna start back from the top. Because I am now behind. So, we're gonna start over from the beginning. So, I'm just going to mention this, my early stuff here. I might have to redirect when we get to after stream or whatever. But, for those that are joining now, what's up, y'all? My name is Mitchell Mander. Welcome to the live discussion of Pokemon Horizons episode 55, the Elite Four exhibition matches. Yeah. So we'll be talking about this. I'm gonna have to redo my whole review portion just because I was silent the whole time. So we'll do that. Oh well. Game Chops, video game study lounge music in the background. Yeah, click the link in the description. Oh Lord, I'm a mess. Okay, anyways, alright, so to summarize this episode again, here I go, take two. So for this episode, we're back at the Orange Academy. I'm just gonna call it Orange Academy because that's what they call it in Japanese, and I just like it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. Basically, we're back at the academy, and before we go on to our next assignment in the terrestrial course, this faculty have something fun for the students. Where we're gonna have some exhibition matches against the Elite Four. Well, in order for it to not just be like a straight up slaughter, and the Elite Four just destroys all the students, they're double battles with a gym leader that was paired up with the student being assigned to the battle. The catch is the gym leader can't terrestrialize their Pokemon, as the student is the main star and the main attraction here. So, yeah. Anyways, we have Dot and Iono versus Poppy. So, when it comes to this battle, it's a pretty fun battle. It's very one-sided. I like that Poppy is very much in control of the battle, and I like that she is even though she's like a baby, she literally uses Sandstorm to her advantage since she has Steel-type Pokemon that are unaffected by it. Whereas Dot and Iono, they're kind of in a little bit of a quandary here. So they're constantly taking damage and, facing off against them, and she's basically parrying all their attacks. So it's not looking too good. And the turning point is when Bellybolt slacks off and heals its injuries, and that's when Quaxly's dancing around next to Bellybolt, and that's when Dot gets the idea. Hey, Quaxly, dance on Bellybolt's belly, and by doing so activates its ability. And while Quaxly is in midair, Dot terrestrializes Quaxly, which I think might have been the coolest moment in the episode. Ends up clashing with Tinkaton and manages to parry its attack, which I thought was pretty cool. But in the midst of all that, Bellybolt gets on top of Copperajah and then lands a very powerful Zap Cannon with its stored up electricity on Copperajah, one-shotting it and defeating it. So, yeah. As a result, Dot and Iono are victorious. Moving on to the next battle, we have Songo and Kofu versus Larry, and we know why Larry doesn't participate in any more battles. It's because Songo, being Songo, blows up everyone with self-destruct. Their Glalie using self-destruct, and takes out everyone. Kofu's Pokemon, her Pokemon obviously, both of Larry's Pokemon, all KO'd. But because she used self-destruct, she lost the match. And I like how Larry is just you need to actually learn to, adapt to society's rules, okay, or something. Larry being Larry, and then Songo runs off. So there's that. And then we get Roy and Brassius versus Hassel, and I think that this battle was probably my favorite in the episode. I think that Roy and Brassius worked really well together. I like their chemistry within the episode, but Hassel is shown to be a very formidable opponent, as it seems like nothing that they do really does anything. I think that moment where Fuecoco actually gets hit in the head with the apple. He's like, Roy's like, Fuecoco, that's not an apple. Kind of going into Fuecoco's weakness of just being hungry all the time. Also, Baxcalibur, powering up because of the fire type moves is actually pretty neat. So Roy counters that with Disarming Voice, which is super effective against the dragons. But yeah. Even after terrestrializing Fuecoco, even though they show some good teamwork, Brassius and Roy are unable to overcome Hassel, who ends up winning the match and KOing both Pokemon. Though the match was actually kind of, it gave Roy a lot of insight into the Elite Four's power. And also, he worked really well with Brassius, so it shows that, he is improving as a trainer. And Hassel sees all this and starts breaking down crying. I think that one of the funniest moments in the episode, besides Sango self-destructing, was Baxcalibur comforting Hassel over here. I thought that was funny. And then we have Onyx over here losing his match, and he was teamed up with a Tulip. So it seems like both him and Sango somehow passed their basic tests, but doesn't seem like he was really trying here, and Rika seems disappointed as well. So then we go on to Liko and Katie versus Rika, which will be the subject of next week's episode. So overall, I thought this episode was pretty fun. It was a pretty good episode. For me, it's a 7, probably. 7.5 if I'm being generous. I do think that Copperidge did go down a little bit too easily. Got hit once and was done. Kind of, felt a little... it felt like maybe if it took more damage beforehand, or maybe it withstood that, and maybe Quaxley hit it once or something, maybe that could have been enough. I don't know. But, I think that Roy's battle was better in my opinion overall compared to Dot's, even though Dot's the one that won. I find it interesting that Dot won but Roy lost, so is it mirroring the basic test where, Liko and Dot lost but Roy won his gym battle? So is that going to be the case? Is Liko going to beat Rika next week? Which kind of goes into my next point, because if Liko ends up defeating Rika, and I'm saying their names are so similar, it just give me a headache. If she ends up beating Rika, what does that mean for Onyx? He lost against Rika. I mean, obviously we didn't really see their battle, so he probably wasn't even trying. Maybe he's trying to withhold the fact that, he's part of the he's part of the Explorers and doesn't want to showcase his true power or whatever. But if Liko wins or ends up being the one to defeat one of Rika's Pokemon, what does that mean for Onyx? The Explorers, he's an admin too. Kind of just makes him feel a little bit less imposing, not gonna lie. So that's a little bit of a nitpick on my end there. So yeah. So overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. Probably good for a 7. So now that I got that out of the way, what are your guys' thoughts? Sorry, everyone. I had audio issues again. I'm going to probably put out a message and say, hey, if I'm just silent at the beginning or whatever, if you don't hear me, that means my mic is probably malfunctioning. I got to figure out what's wrong with this thing, or if it's Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is frozen. Okay, I gotta get caught up. I'm so hyped for Florgato to learn a new move. Yeah, it sounds like if Florgato is learning a new move next week. You enjoyed the episode so much you were too stunned for words. Yep, that's exactly why I was just gathering my thoughts for the first 20-ish minutes of this stream. Again, I like the strategy, but I feel Copperjaw was done dirty considering it's an Elite Four member Pokemon. I agree. What's up, Pokefan? Welcome in. Larry was done dirty too, though I can forgive that more since neither of those were his ace Pokemon. Well, Tinkaton is Poppy's ace Pokemon. I'm so glad, that's true. I'm so glad my girl Dot win, but I'm sad Roy lost. Worried for Liko, however, if the girls win, make up for their Terra test. Also, I didn't hate the battle. The Explorers was obviously a joke. I get that. The kids did their best. I get that. I don't know, like, again, I guess with Sango, I don't mind it as much because she technically defeated everybody present, but yeah, that was more of a gag part. And then Onyx losing was the one I was just like, unless he's just like he doesn't care. That could be it too, but yeah. I don't think Liko will win. Yeah, we'll see. I like it. I'm the most hyped for the next episode because Florgato learns a new move. Yeah, which is what I've been wanting for the longest time. Also, people complaining about Poppy getting beat need to realize that she has said she didn't heal her copper jaw beforehand. And she's literally a child, so she got some learning to do. Oh yeah, that's true. Did it look beat up though? I gotta go back and watch the episode. Like in episode 55, like this episode 55. From what I heard, it learns aerobatics, which is good. That's a really good move. I approve that. Liko winning plus Dot winning would make the Elite Four look weak. Poppy losing is a stretch, but Poppy is the youngest. That is true. So her losing, I guess, isn't as bad, but yeah. Yeah. I think this episode overall was fun. Silent Hessia. I hope Liko wins to make it one loss. Win like the other two. It'd be mirroring their basic test. It didn't look too beat up, so I tend to forget that detail. Yeah, that's kind of why. I wasn't really thinking about that either. Also, when you consider held items do exist in the anime, she doesn't have one. I really don't want Liko to win. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit on edge too. What if they draw? Would that be bad? To be honest, Dot did not win, though. It was the gym leader that got the win. Dot alone would not have stood a chance. That is true. That's why Dot was frustrated at the end. Although they worked together, it wasn't Dot that landed the defeating blow. It was Iono. So that's why Dot felt a little frustrated at the end. It looked pretty much fine. If Poppy didn't say she healed up Copperajah, I wouldn't have known it had a battle before that. Maybe it was well, I guess Dot was the one that was first up. So yeah. Acrobat is boosted when the user has no item, in case anyone didn't know. Ooh. Interesting. Noted. Okay. What kind of Pokemon eggs should Liko, Roy, and Dot will have? Will they even have the chance to have Pokemon eggs? I'm not really sure. Not even sure if that's something we'll even do at all in this series, to be honest. Would be neat. If anyone, it'd probably be Liko, the one who would be taking care of it. Just saying. I'm just saying, if Liko lost against Katie, I don't like her chances against a much stronger Clodsire. You know what? You have a good point there. Yeah, if Rico I said Rico. If Liko, if Liko actually does win, yeah, I get your point. It would kind of make the power scale a little bit wonky. So I get it. I want Liko to get close to winning because Florgato is strong and Liko is a good battler at this point. No draw. I want this series to have proper power scaling. If Liko wins, it will bring the power scaling of the series into question. Rika has to defeat Liko. I see. Yeah, you know what? When you put that all together, then yeah, that makes sense. Unless like Teddy Ursa puts in work or something. I don't know. Again, with Dot winning, Dot felt frustrated at her battle because she didn't really feel like she won. Because she's not the one that ultimately, won the battle for them both. She did it. Technically, she did like have a hand in it, but yeah. She kind of just feels like she could have done more there. Liko has an advantage because she is seeing how strong they are and has time to learn how to combat them. Yeah. It's not like Rika terrestrializing it into a ground type will happen because they're not allowed to terrestrialize. It's only the students allowed, isn't it? Unless I'm remembering it wrong. I believe that the gym leaders can't do it. I'm gonna just assume that the Elite Four members can't do it as well, but who knows? Are you excited for episode 56? Yes, I am. You forget Liko's gym battle. The gym leader was using bug type moves, which are super effective against pure grass. That is true. And Rika is portrayed as a person who takes battles seriously. We could see that in the preview. Enrique is okay, yep. Sorry, I'm quiet. We're on the way back from the store, but grabbing lunch. No, you're good, Pokefan. You're good. You're good. You're good, my man. Take your time. I'll be grabbing lunch after this stream ends. I'm just gonna put out a notice. Eight and a half out of 10. That's a pretty fair rating, I'd say. Again, Liko and Katie have to have their top tier teamwork at all times with great stats and teamwork to make stress and teamwork to make a win feel justifiable, in my opinion. Yeah, hope Liko will take battling more seriously after this. That'd be cool. And with Florgato getting a new move, that'll help too. Agreed. While I was at Walmart, I wanted to grab a card set with the Tink line as promos and a random pick in the box, but I don't really collect or play the card game. I'm not really into the card game myself, but collecting it would probably be cool. If Rika loses or draws, people will accuse Liko of having plot armor because she's the main character. Yeah, I see your point. Also, I have one more complaint. We're not gonna see Anne in a battle. Yeah, what gives? I mean, I feel like she probably should battle. Oh, and speaking of Anne, I didn't mention this. The elephant in the room. We can officially confirm that Sango and Anne are not the same person because, yeah. They were both present, and one was battling, and one was in the stand, so... Also, that might actually kind of end the whole Anne as an explorer thing, unless she's just really hiding her identity. No reaction, or like she was not seen observing the other explorer battles, so there's that. But yeah, I would like to see Anne battle one of the Elite Four members. I think it'd be cool, but I feel like we're gonna skip over it. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention: the doppelgangers from episode 53 were in the background in this episode, which I thought was kind of neat. So they weren't just one-off characters after all. Though I don't expect them to really do anything else beyond like this. So it just kind of acknowledges that hey, they're still there. They're students. They still exist. Hopefully Dot uses Tinkatink soon in one of her school battles. I think that is like the next Pokemon that's in line for like some focus because, yeah, I know it got captured in episode 39, but that was over 15 episodes ago now, so it's time for Tinkatink to actually start doing some stuff. It might also eventually evolve too, so be on the lookout for that in the future. Rika has to win for the better health of the series. Gotcha. I want to see Anne and Dewott. I am curious about Terapagos wanders away in episode 56. Yeah, it might lead into what's going on in the episode that follows. We don't have a summary for it, but Terapagos is in the title of the episode that airs on July 5th. So maybe that leads into that episode? That could be the case. Not sure at this moment, but we need that summary before we can, come to some conclusions. Or maybe, like, the episode is Penny, like, observing Terapagos or something. Who knows? No idea at the moment. Need a summary before I can make some actual thoughts and actually make a video on it. Unless we just see a small amount like we see at the end of Anne's battle and just head straight into Liko's battle. Well, Liko's battle is pretty much like coming up at the end here. The end of this episode basically sets up it in the next episode. So unless it's like right after that one, yeah, I'm not sure. Unless they like snuck it in there. Like, oh yeah, this happened right beforehand too. I will say this for next week. I honestly feel like Liko is going to lose, and not just because Rika is Elite Four member, it's because Clodsire part poison type. So yeah, that's another disadvantage that Florgato has. I just want it, like, the understanding is it is learning a new move, so it's something I've been wanting for a while because it really needs to update its moveset. But if anything, like, regardless of whether she wins or loses, I think the new move is going to show proper progression. So if she does lose, it's not a total loss. She at least gains something from it. Justice for Anne. Yeah, Anne really needs some kind of more focus because, it kind of was exciting that she was here and she's in the opening now. So, can we, like, maybe, like, head out to, like, the next, like, test with her or something? That would be cool. Who would you want Anne to battle? That's a good question. I think Larry's out of the question just because, his Pokemon kind of got blown up. I'd probably say either Hassel or Rika, but Rika is going up against Liko, so maybe like Hassel or something. I would say Poppy, but Poppy had one of her Pokemon taken out, so I'd probably say like Hassel by default. I mean, Rika could work as well, depending on how well, or what happens with Liko's battle with her. So, either or is fine. What about Ant and Sandshrew? Will we have it in a Pokemon battle? I would like that. It's just that we just don't have enough like screen time with Anne at this point. So I feel like at this point, like her Sandshrew being in battle is kind of wishful thinking. Maybe down the road. But like I said, it'd be really cool if like maybe Anne traveled out with Liko, Roy, and Dot to whatever they're doing next after these exhibition matches. Because we got to figure out what the next part, like I guess the next part of the Terrestrial course is. Are we going up against more gym leaders? Are we doing something different? Are we doing some type of trials? Or we're going to have to solve something and we're going to meet a certain someone that, everybody's been waiting to see in the series? Who knows? Poppy and Larry could use other Pokemon. That is true. If we ever get to see their other Pokemon on screen. I don't know how about you could have seen Larry's Staraptor in action. His ace Pokemon, which we would have been nice to see, but probably Rika or Hassel. Yeah, that's my current contenders. Staraptor is the only Elite Four ace Pokemon we haven't seen. That's if Rika uses Clodsire. If she doesn't, then it's the other ace of the Elite Four we haven't seen. Well, she's using Clodsire in the battle, we know that, along with her Dugtrio. Those are her two Pokemon she's utilizing. But yeah, I mean, that's if we're even going to see Anne battle in the first place. I kind of have a feeling that, like, we might not see it, like, at all, which kind of, again, it's just like, everybody really likes Anne, too. It's the funny thing. Like, Anne actually, like, is a great, foil for Liko. And, well, unfortunately, she's not a main character. So she's unfortunately kind of just been really relegated. She's just stationed as very much a side character at this point. The fact that she's here present in this arc is actually kind of, a big deal for her. I just wish we couldn't just see a little bit more of her. Just a little bit more, dude. Just a little bit more. I'm not asking for much. Just maybe have her travel with Liko, Roy, and Dot to like the next location we go to. That'd be cool. Oh, in that case, it's just Staraptor. Yep. I want Anne to battle Larry. Seeing the contrast with Anne and Larry's personality would be entertaining. You make a good point. That'd actually be kind of funny. Are we going to see Team Star? I'm kind of leaning on no right now because the question is how are we going to fit Team Star into all of this. I feel like the main focus is on the Explorers and not really any other teams. So I kind of just don't see Team Star being, a thing. We might see the characters, appear, but who knows. Has anyone here seen or read Tower of God? I have not, but I've been curious about that series. It's been on my list. Maybe one day. Give me a second, guys. Anyways, any more thoughts on this episode and the next episode? If not, I'd like to ask you guys what you think is going to be happening after this mini arc, I guess, within this terrestrial debut chapter. Think we're going on to the next test. We're gonna hang out at the school for a little bit. What do you think is happening next? We got a Terapagos episode for episode 57. So yeah. Do you realize the next episode will directly open with Liko battle? Therefore, we probably have enough time to see some of Anne's battle. We could see that. Though we do have the other plot line in the episode being, Terapagos going missing and then Dot meeting Penny. So I feel like they're going to probably do something with that as well. So who knows? I know we won't. It's just Anne is here for no reason, and say no reason because she's been here but done nothing significant. Yeah, she's kind of here just to kind of be like, oh, it's Liko's friend from the academy. Totally not with the explorers at this point. I know she's not like a main character, but yeah. There's a reason why a lot of people actually really like her and kind of want to see more from her. So. But anyways, enough of that. Again, what do you guys think is going to be happening after this? We go into more gym leaders? Do you think we're going to do something completely different? Terapagos is the focus of the next episode. What do you think? Well, we still have many episodes left in the arc. It's very possible that we will see more from Anne. We'll see. Give me 1 second. Have we just been listening to Zelda music for a little bit? That's what it feels for me. And so now we got Zelda's lullaby in the background. Probably the next stage of the terrestrial test, I've gaslit myself into really wanting Roy versus Rhyme. More stuff with Terapagos. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have to kind of follow up with that too, because with all the stuff that happened last week with the whole like Requiem and that whole plot line kind of opening up, and Spinel being on the run now, and Amethio being on his trail. That's happening in the background with all this stuff going on. So I feel like we're going to come back to that at some point. We're going to come back to Freed, doing his stuff too. But obviously with the kids, they're going to go and continue the terrestrial course and kind of go into their next assignment. But we have that going on while this is all going on. So we do have a moving plot. So we got stuff to kind of, keep an eye out for too. We already got a Liko versus Anne rematch, and she did spend some time with the gang last week, so it's not like she did nothing. I get it, but it just still kind of feels a little bit on the insignificant side. I do think that battle was a nice step forward, though, for her. And maybe checking back up with Freed and the other Rising Bolt tacklers, since I feel the Explorers and at least Gibeon will be put to the side for a little bit. Yeah, the main they're not the main focus of this arc. It's just we know there's something going on in the background with because we know that Company Exceed is in the Paldea region. So yeah. Just something to connect everything. Will Liko and Anne have a mini adventure together? That would be cool. Like I said, I would really like it if maybe, like, whatever we do next, maybe Anne hangs out with Liko and we get, like, consecutive episodes with Anne featured. I think that at least that would be pretty good. That's why I said nothing. I was kind of expecting a little more. I'm not discrediting her by saying she's done nothing. It's just she's here. I was hoping she'd be more involved. Yeah, I feel like, having her in the OP kind of just, putting her front and center in that one scene. It's like, whoa, Anne's here. So she's a little bit more of a focused character here. I do feel bad for the other Rising Bolt tacklers because they've kind of just, they have not been really involved in this arc, but we know they'll be coming back once we get the ship all fixed. And we know it's halfway complete, too. So, yeah, there's that. If you guys excuse me, I gotta use the restroom really quickly. I'm sorry. Just leave some chats. I'll be right back, and then I will reply. Just give me like 2-3 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Stubbed my toe. That sucked. Alright. Thomas says, I hope so too. Fortunately, we still have many episodes left. That's why I hope we get episodes focusing on them. We've seen Freed and Orla, but not really focus on the others. Yeah. Like, they did appear with the Dot versus Iono stuff, but, like, yeah. They're just kind of not doing much this arc, which, I kind of see what the series is aiming to do here, because the kids kind of needed, some more independence away from Freed and the others. It was much needed for them to kind of, move on. Which is why once we get done with this arc, all three of them are going to be a lot stronger and more capable. So that when we have to go up against future heroes and the explorers, they'll be more than capable of standing their ground. So that's why this arc was just super necessary for the characters, so that they could become independent, they could gain strength, and then So it's not just Freed that's saving the day constantly, or the one that's, having the battle by himself. Nico and the others are able to stand up alongside him and, you know, even help him from time to time. I think that would be great. Is this Chrono Trigger? It's an original using Chrono Trigger sound. The OST from Chrono Trigger. Nice. Coral is the funniest Pokemon character. Yeah, I just call her Songo because I prefer Songo over Coral. She is very unhinged, and I like her for that. That's why I'm not really too upset about her part, because I kind of felt in character for her. She's got a berserk button. But let's also kind of, you know, admit that she took out a gym leader's Pokemon and an Elite Four member's Pokemon. So she ain't weak. That self-destruct, it's pretty strong. It even hurt Rayquaza. Does her Glalie know any other moves? I actually forgotten. I've been enjoying the explosion gag for too long. I forgot. I actually think so. I believe we've seen it using moves because we've seen her in battle before. Let me look it up. Her Glalie knows Blizzard, Self-Destruct, Crunch, and Ice Spinner. Which I want to say she's utilized those moves. We did see her battle a bit in episode 25, and then a little bit against Liko and Roy in episode 43, I want to say. Yep. But I can't picture it. I can only picture it using explosion and nothing else. It's pretty much just because that's just taken over. She's used it, 3 times now? Once in episode 25, which was the time we were introduced to it, against Rayquaza, and then in this episode. Yeah, granted, this time around it was for a gag. Last time it was not a gag. She wanted to do some real damage to Rayquaza, and her actions had consequences as it played a role in destroying the Bravasagi. And it's why we're here now. Really. All because Songo can't help but blow up her own Pokemon. She's a little unhinged. But yeah. Anywho, I know we had a little bit of a hiccup at the start without the audio, but technically I have been going on for about an hour now. So, if you guys want to still chat, just leave your chitty chats in the, well, chat. And we can keep going for a little bit. And then I need lunch. You think the explorers forced her to become a student because it was her fault? I mean, maybe. I mean, she kind of technically sabotaged their, like, sabotaged them twice in a row with the self-destruct. So, I don't know. I feel like they're not doing enough to kind of be like, hey, like, you're kind of like, you're an admin, but you're kind of screwing things up for us. Like, come on now. Like they're training and getting stronger, so you have to spy on them as a student as a punishment? Yeah. I get it. She does really need to kind of, you know, control her temper, but given how she is, I just don't see that happening. I feel like that's her gag, is that she just has a short temper and does things her own way. She's a little brat. She's a little gremlin, and that's what we all love about her. That's why she's my favorite explorer, because she's so unpredictable. You don't know what she's gonna do or what chaos she's gonna cause. Just gotta let it happen. Though I do think that at a certain point, Gibeon's gonna be like, dude, like, you're kind of terrible. You're kind of just like losing all the time and like not winning ever. So like, do better. That's what we love, though. That's why we don't want her to change. Yeah. Coral loves sweets. She does. And she didn't like it when Liko took her treat. And further didn't like it when she opened it up, because she kind of ruined its value. But yeah. I don't know. I like that about Sango. It kind of makes her kind of distinct. I like that she's a more focal point in this arc. She's been one of the more entertaining aspects in the arc. Because before this, she kind of just appeared, you know, here and there. But her being, you know, more prominently featured, I think, is cool. Spinel and Amethio, you know, are not the main focuses here, but they're obviously got their own thing going on with Spinel seemingly doing his own thing, and Amethio, you know, tracking him down. I got a video that I might be making here soon. I just gotta put it together at some point whenever I get a chance. I feel like there's something going on there that I want to talk about more. To be fair, no one has technically beaten her. The only person who has beat Sango is herself. That is true. When you put it like that, yeah. And this episode was the first time they're like, yeah, you lost. And she did not take that well. Okay. Anything else, guys? I haven't looked at the poll in a minute. Where are we at? Also, can we get to like 10 likes here? That'd be cool. I'm sad that I had audio issues again. Please make me happy and get me to 10 likes. So far, we have 29%, 10.9, 64%, 8.7, and then 7% 6.5. Out of 14 votes. Not bad. One-on-one, as long as it's not herself, always bet on Sango. There's the One Piece reference for this stream. Gotcha, gotcha. Whew. Anything else, guys? Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, this song, is this Smooth McGroove? It is Smooth McGroove. It's Smooth McGroove remix. I'm like, I recognize that singer. That's cool. Anyways, back on subject. Yeah. Anything else, guys? If not, I'm getting kind of hungry here. Is there anybody we can raid? Okay, guys. There's nothing else. I think we're gonna bring the stream to an end. Yeah, I once again I apologize, guys, if we had some audio issues. I've got nothing else. It was a good episode. I give it 7.5, 8. That's fair. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this up. I once again apologize, guys. I did not realize that I was having audio issues again, and I was talking to myself for almost 20 minutes. So, I think I'm going to put out a note, like a community post here, and just be like, hey, if you ever come to my streams and you like hear nothing for a little bit, but like, especially with these, which I'm not playing a game at, I'm usually just talking right at the beginning. If you don't hear me, just say something. Like anything. But I might put something out here in a minute. Will Liko, Roy, and Dot go to the snowing region, Paldea? Probably. Grusha is going to be appearing in next week's episode, so maybe we'll be going there at some point. That'd be cool. But yeah, again, I apologize for the audio issues. I gotta try to be a little bit more attentive to that. So this is the second time this has happened, so I don't know what's wrong with Streamlabs. I'm having a bunch of issues with it lately, so that's why I haven't been streaming as much. Not to mention we've had this heat wave. So yeah. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. So once again, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining. If you want to leave a like on the video, if you haven't already, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we'll be doing this again next week with the next Elite Four matchup with Liko and Katie versus Rika. Alrighty, with that said, we're going to bring the stream to a close. So everyone, have a great rest of the day. And good rest of the weekend. And I will see you all later.
Bye.